So, how do optical fibers work? Well, as light enters the optical medium, it refracts, an important physics concept that we'll be discussing later. It refracts off the cladding, and this is why it's able to be transmitted over a long distance. But an important question raised is, how is this light converted into the million forms of communication? HowStuffWorks.com uses a beautiful analogy to simplify the transmission of optical fibers. So, put yourself in a typical World War II setting. You're on a ship. It's stormy, and it's cold, and it's rainy, and you want to find another ship so that you can perhaps ask for some help using your Morse code. So, you search for a ship, you're trying to find one, and there, you find a ship. Immediately you inform the captain that the ship is nearby. The captain sends a message to a sailor to transmit to the other ship. The sailor runs onto the deck and transmits the information using his handy-dandy flashlight into Morse code. So the sailor on the other ship receives the Morse code signals and decodes it to the captain of the other ship, and we go back and forth. So you get the point. Now, what does it have to do with this diagram over here? This diagram here shows a typical fiber optic transmission system, also known as a fiber optic relay system. Now I'm going to be giving you an audio demonstration explaining exactly what this is. So, what is this thing? So let's zoom in to this optical transmission system. We start off with the transmitter. The transmitter is the thing that wants to send light to the other thing, to simplify it. So the transmitter actually encodes the signals. Now these lines here are actually the fiber optic cables, which transfer the light. And finally it goes to the receiver. The receiver decodes the light and sends it off in the many forms of communication that we receive. So, let's zoom out to the big picture. We start off with the transmitter, which encodes the information. We have the fiber optic cables, which transfer the information. And we have the receiver, which decodes the signals. So this is your basic typical fiber optic transmission system.